Hello, welcome to July 11th, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation, exercise, and video. This is something that I do each and every morning, shortly after waking up. It's now 4:48 a.m. I do this in order to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use this time to think about the last day, the last 24 hours, including my sleep, and to see how I did, namely with the challenges and opportunities that I met, and then also to plan for the coming day. But first, a poem, continuing with John Keats' collected works. First, we'll read yesterday's poem one time through, one more time, just to let it settle in, and then a new poem. Yesterday's poem was Apollo to the Graces. Apollo, which of the fairest three today will ride with me? My steeds are all pine on the thresholds of morn. Which of the fairest three today will ride with me across the gold autumn's whole kingdoms of corn? The Graces will answer, I will, I. O young Apollo, let me fly along with thee. I will, I. The many, many wonders see. I. And thy lyre shall never have a slackening string. I. Through the whole day will sing. For today's poem, one titled To Mrs. Reynolds' Cat. There's a couple of words here that I didn't know that I had to look up. One was climacteric, not climactic, but climacteric, which refers to that tipping point, that moment in the arc of some series of events or a life when we kind of go over the edge. For you could even look at it from a biological perspective. Menopause, for example, that point when the reproductive age ends and the decline begins, and andropause would be the corresponding similar thing. A more controversial term, perhaps, for men. Likewise, a ripening fruit coming to an end, or when a story ends. In this case, it's the cat that has reached its energetic ends, is now headed towards its decline. Climacteric, a beautiful word, a new word for me. Another one is prithee, which means it is a condensed form of I pray thee, neither of which word or term we use anymore. Like, I pray thee, give me a cup of tea. Prithee, give me a cup of tea. And then a word fray, which I actually knew, but I had to look up to make sure, is like a fight. Here we go. To Mrs. Reynolds' cat, who hast passed thy grand climacteric, how many mice and rats hast in thy days destroyed? How many titbits stolen? Gaze with those bright languid segments green, and prick those velvet ears. But prithee do not stick thy latent talons in me, and upraise thy gentle mew, and tell me all thy phrase of fish and mice and rats and tender chick. Nay, look not down, nor lick thy dainty wrists, for all the wheezy asthma, and for all thy tail's tip is nicked off, and though the fists of many a maid have given thee many a maul, still is that fur as soft as when the lists in youth thou enterest on glass bottled wall. I don't understand that reference to the lists being entered upon the glass bottled wall. I know what a glass bottled wall is, but a bottle wall. But what list is there? Anyway, a nice little poem. Okay, let's begin. As for yesterday and last night, it slept pretty good last night, kind of warm last night, and there was a man that walked by in the middle of the night on the street making a lot of noise. It woke me up. Otherwise, pretty good sleep. Slept till the alarm. Routinely sleeping to the alarm these days. Good solid day of work yesterday as well. No particular challenges or opportunities of note. Although I did make my will, that was good. It's a good opportunity and a challenge. I used Chat GPT to help me to write it. That was a good job. And I got it witnessed. That was about it. Yesterday was a pretty straightforward Monday. Okay, now my 7 objectives are: 1, to be always ready to die. 2, to make good and effective use of time. 3, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4, to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5, to perform good actions. 6, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities. And 7, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. Now for my 34 principles. Let's tick them down, shall we? War, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, 5. Atomic principle. Purpose, I almost missed one, Atomic principle. Nature. Maturity. I'm being careless today. Not maturity. The pirate ride. Maturity. Social principle. Family. Public speaking. Temperance. Life will not go well. The horror show. The Feast of Oval. Distraction. Agency and the Great Indifference. The Best Seat in the House, 20. The Restless Man. The Path of Wildness. The Great Life Adventure. The Risk of Avoiding Risk. Sin and Damnation. Complete Oblivion. The Season of Philosophy. Script writing. Almost that's the place where I can misstep right there. I got it. The Bullseye Aim. The Uphill Climb. Arena and Utility. Nothing is enough. Did I get the Season of Philosophy? Principle of Fun, 33. What did I miss? Oh well. Totally my discretion. You're up early. Oh, it's too early. I haven't even begun to write. As for today, what does today hold in store? The day of work, it's a Tuesday. I have just a few meetings, but I have my work cut out for me. And then I'll go for a swim at the beach, do some reading at the beach, come home, have a nice dinner with my wife, and then go to bed. Yeah, pretty straightforward day planned. I can't think of any particular challenges or opportunities that I can forecast meeting today. So I'll leave it at that. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. See ya.